Wanted to first extend my thanks to the U School and the NSU community in general for having this amazing opportunity for not only the students, but also us law students, to seeing your development through working through this incredibly complex legal problem and writing out a whole brief and coming up with very sound, great legal arguments to be able to express yourself and show such good lawyering qualities at such a young age has been such a pleasure to witness.
Oyez, oyez. All persons having business before the Honorable, the Supreme Court of the United States, are admonished to draw near and give their attention. The court is now sitting. God save the United States and this honorable court.
Petitioner, whenever you're ready, you may proceed.
Chief Justice Dadal, your honors, and may it please the court. My name is Alana Goldberg, counsel for petitioner of this case, Diana Marshall. We respectfully ask this court to reverse the lower court's decision for two key reasons. First, Ms. Marshall's right against unreasonable seizure under the Fourth Amendment was violated by the respondents, Officer Sutton and Officer Tariq. Also, Your Honor, police officers should never be allowed to use deadly force when suspects do not pose an inherent threat to the police officers or the public. This brings me to my first point, Your Honor. Ms. Marshall was parking in a dangerous apartment complex when Officer Sutton and Officer Tariq arrived at the same exact time. They mistakenly identified Ms. Marshall as a completely different person and approached her in an aggressive manner. This caused Ms. Marshall to fear for her life. She then fled the scene because of this fear, and that was when the respondent shot at Ms. Marshall exactly 3 times. The Fourth Amendment needs to protect all American citizens from unreasonable searches and seizures from all government officials. Also, under California versus Hodari, Your Honor, if an officer uses deadly force, it is constituted as a seizure under the Fourth Amendment.
But isn't it true that Ms. Marshall fled over 30 miles to the next town over? How can you say that someone is seized if they're able to escape right after?
Yes, Your Honor. Even though Ms. Marshall did escape, the application of deadly force due to the reasoning in California versus Hodari states that that application of deadly force substitutes seizure, even though Ms. Marshall did flee.
Respondent, whenever you're ready to proceed, you may.
Thank you, Your Honors. Chief Justice, and may it please the court. My name is Nikki Steinberg, counsel for respondent in this case, Grant Sutton and Michael Tariq. We respectfully request this court to affirm the decision of the lower court for the following 2 reasons. First, there can be no seizure without actual submission to law enforcement. And second, the lower court's decision affirms law enforcement's right and ability to do their job effectively. To my first point, Your Honor, there can be no seizure without actual submission to law enforcement. In United States versus Mendenhall, the court held that the Mendenhall test, a person is only seized if and only if, in view of all circumstances surrounding the incident, a reasonable person would have believed that he was not free to leave. Thus, in Mendenhall, the court ruled that the defendant had no reason to think she couldn't leave, therefore the defendant was not seized.
Counselor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sorry for interrupting you, but shouldn't the use of deadly force on a person by a government effectuate a seizure under the Fourth Amendment?
No, Your Honor. Petitioner evaded the scene and drove over 30 miles to the town of Shepard, Nova, displaying that there was no seizure, regardless of the physical force utilized in the situation. In Tennessee versus Garner, the defendant died in the police chase. However, in this case, Ms. Marshall did not die and she was not apprehended, as seen when she drove 30 miles over to the next town. She was not taken into control, therefore she was not seized. For the foregoing reasons, we respectfully request this court to affirm the lower court decision and find the petitioner was never apprehended when she evaded police officers. Therefore, there was no seizure. Thank you, Your Honor.
Overall, great job for both of you. It's going to be so hard to deliberate and see the winner. And in my eyes, all of you are winners. Seriously, I really forget judging. And it's funny that Lena brought that up because I really do forget that you guys are in high school sometimes judging your rounds because of how great all of you were. It really, truly was a pleasure hearing your arguments. Congratulations. You should all be very proud of yourself, and all the hard work really did pay off. It did. And with that, the winner of the 2021 fellowship competition is Nikki Steinberg. Congratulations.
Thank you.